What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be building a productivity system that is based on reporting, right? So if you ever wondered how how are you able to get data from your team members and how these big corporations or big businesses actually get that data from employees to see what they're actually doing, kind of managing, it's all some kind of productivity system they're running. So today we're going to build a productivity system. We're basically going to build a database in order to include reports for different team members, etc. Then we're going to build out a form in order to do so that the team members would fill each day. Then we're going to do a bunch of automations that happen after that form is submitted. Maybe some AI in it, I don't know yet. So then we're gonna just build a quick interface where we are able to see all the data, depending on the days and as the day progresses. Okay, so this is gonna be a Airtable build. This is gonna be all built on Airtable. In this situation, I always recommend this for these types of systems. And yeah, let's just go into the video. Okay, guys, so here we're on the Miro board. Here I prepared a quick template here, so we are going to be able to use it and map it as we go. But basically, like I mentioned, what we're going to be building today is going to be a database where all the data goes, forms where all the data is inputted, and automations, what happens after interface, how data is displayed. So this is these productivity report forms are one of the easiest ways to get on top of your ops. Yet so many businesses, don't have a system like this. So if you are able to just implement a system like this into a business, which is, some variation of what I do, this is just a small implementation of what we do here, you're able to deliver so much value. And the business owners that are running a business that have end of day reports really are going to stand out compared to the ones who don't, because they have more data, if that makes sense. Okay, so first, what we're going to do in the video is we're going to map out the database in the form, and I'm going to teach you guys how we usually do that. Then I'm going to go ahead and build these databases on Airtable. And by the way, guys, we are going to build all of this for an actual business, which is going to be for my business. So I'm going to implement this for my business as I'm going this. So yeah, so this is actually, so you guys can see like this is practical and this is going to be being used by businesses. So yeah, and by the way, guys, I'm going to be implementing this for my own business. So I'm going to do my database, whatever. I'm going to map out everything, and I'm going to go through the usual process on how I build this kind of stuff for clients, right? So then we're going to map out all the automations. Then we're going to build out all the automations and kind of deploy them. We test the scenario, just one final run. And then I forgot here, we have to add a bunch of data, and then we build an interface that displays the data seamlessly. So we're gonna have like the data across days. So yeah, stuff like that, that's gonna be really cool. So the first thing we need to do is gonna be, let's just jump straight into it. Productivity databases. Now what are databases right here? We should just call this table, honestly, to remove complexity. So the table will be basically what we're going to use in order to get our data. So right here we have a team table. Of course, this team table will contain all the information about the team, so we can quickly reference it when filling out the report and not have able to input the details every time. A field, you can just think of it as a column in Google Sheets, except it's called a field here in this. Okay, so yeah, we have that, and then I already pre-mapped all the fields because this is just something I use all the time. So for the team, you just need to select the user, the name, the Airtable user, the email, phone number, profile, team member profile pic. So as you can see, name, Airtable user, email, phone number, profile picture, role CEO, Slack member ID, and create a date. Okay, it's pretty easy to add a field. We're gonna be creating a table from scratch when we are doing the reports, but for now these are the fields that we need in the team table. These are like the most basic ones. If you want to add more on top, you're welcome to do it. I just like to plan it in a nice way before we actually go ahead and build stuff, right? And we know for a fact that we're gonna link the productivity reports, because when we're filling the form, what we want when we fill the form is just to select the team member. So we just want to select the team member. We don't want every person that submitted the form just inputs their email over and over again. So that's why we kind of create these two tables separately in order to be able to link all of this information and just be able to select it, if that makes sense. This will make more sense when we're building this stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and plan the productivity reports table real quick. So productivity reports for reps and key team members, this is to ensure we keep track of their data and capture feedback in any way. So for first type of form we're gonna do, we need to think of that. It's gonna be a type of report. So it's gonna be the first field we're gonna have, and it's gonna be start of day or SOD, and then we are gonna have end of day. Actually, for this video's purpose, let's just keep it to end of day report. We can have and we would just have end of day report. So we just have our productivity reports. Let's just keep it productivity reports. Productivity reports. Okay, once we have this, we can just do some sort of ID, productivity report ID. And I'm going to show you guys how you can create a formula that gives you the ID. Now, dates for reports. This is really important. This is going to be the team member, or we can do a section right here, linked fields. And we can say team member linked. Okay, team member linked. Productivity report ID, this is just gonna be a predetermined ID, date for reports. We're gonna say hours worked for the day. We're gonna say notes for the day, feedback for the team. Then we're gonna do other comments. Actually, the notes for the day are gonna be replaced by other comments or daily comments. Let's just keep it a comments. We can format more stuff when we're building out the form. I just want you guys to check how this will actually turn out. So date for reports, the hours worked for the day, the feedback for the team, or we can just keep that as yeah, feedback. Okay, so and we can add a field where it's work done today. So this would be a field where they will be able to expand on the type of work they did today. So that would be pretty nice. So, and we also have comments right here. For the sake of this, let's just keep it hours work, okay? And then we can add like a signature field or a check mark. Check, they complete check. Okay, so we just do that. So we just keep it there, kind of keep it simple, honestly. And how would we actually go ahead and build this out on Airtable? Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So to do this, we're just gonna go over here to your base. And if you don't have a base yet, you can just go to Airtable. You can just go to all workspaces right here, as you can see, and you can click create. Once you click create, you can start from scratch and you will have a table similar looking like this. I'm gonna build it on my own table. So, but I just showed you how you can create a base, so you don't have any issues with that, okay? So the first thing we need to do here, when we are at our table, first thing we're gonna do is gonna click here on the plus button, and we're gonna click start from scratch, okay? Well, actually, let's try out this AI feature. Why not? These are the fields I need. Let's say these are the fields I need. Ooh, let's see what it comes up with. Haven't tried out the Airtable assistant yet, but let's see how it goes. So yeah, but if the assistant doesn't necessarily work, we can do this manually. It's 6 fields. I'm just trying out, you know, I'm always trying to try out different stuff. But yeah, like as you said, it kind of worked. Yeah, it totally worked here. So we have productivity reports table. Yeah, if this wouldn't have worked, we would just, you know, add fields, etc. Okay, let's just verify it added everything correctly. So we got productivity report ID. Okay, so this should not be an auto number. Let's assign a formula real quick for this ID. Let's just say we want only the date for reports, team member, and yeah, that's it. Let's just say we want that. Okay, so we fixed the formula stuff. As you can see, I just cut the video real quick. But yeah, this is gonna be the formula you want to use, just so you can see the record more clearly. And this is just something I like to use as quick reference. This is not really that important, but as you can see, we have the date for the report, and let's say this is the default to the current date. We missed the field date for the report. Let's say time submitted, and let's do this field. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this field. So we're just gonna click here, time submitted, and we can click here where it says last modified time, and just go to specific settings and click date complete. So let's say time submitted or time completed. Actually, and this is something that's not editable, but when people will submit the form, we'll be able to see what time they submitted the form. Okay. Oh, and it added the style as well. So you can add the checkbox right here, and then you can modify the style. Okay, so once the day is complete, it'll show it like that. For now, let's expand it a little bit just to show you more of this. But yeah, date complete, that's done. Time completed. As you can see, if I click it again, it's just gonna update once this is last modified, pretty much. So that's why it's super cool. So the hours worked. This is gonna be a field like this. The work done. Let's do this a long text, and let's do enable rich text formatting. So yeah, a lot work done. We can, you know, just the users will be able to input whatever, basically. Comments for the day. Okay, that's pretty good. And we can even add a sentiment analysis, which let's add the AI stuff later. So let's just remove it for now and verify we got all the fields. So I want to do this with you guys. So I'm going to delete the team members. So I show you guys how we can link this together. So linked fields, team member. So we're just going to go ahead and link the team, team member linked, and create a field and skip all of this. And let's just modify the formula because we had a field here, team member linked. Okay, perfect. So we have team member linked, and if we go to team right here, we're gonna have not this was just temporary, remember, but if it probably are, yeah, it's right here, productivity reports 2. It's showing 2 because, let me move this real quick. It's showing 2 just because we remember the AI generated one, and I just wanted to show you reports. So here we have it, and we can link these productivity reports to the team member as well right here. If I link myself here, if I go to my reports, it's going to be right there. All right, sounds perfect. We already did basically the backbone of the reporting system. Now what's yet to do is the report form. And for the report form, we'll need a little bit of copy. So I'm gonna show you guys how to generate copy for these type of forms in an efficient manner, of course. So yeah, let's go ahead and create the copy for this. So for this, we're gonna be using Claude. So let's go, and I'm gonna pull up Claude, and we're gonna generate like a form for this. Before I do that, let me just start with this shape right here, where we can format this form. So this is gonna be the end of day report form, and I'm just gonna add a quick description so we can copy and paste this form. You are responsible to fill out this form every day of the week, of the work week. Please take 5 to 10 minutes to answer it with enough context. Something like this, that's going to be, you know, the instructions for our team members in order, because they're going to be the ones filling this out. So yeah, let's just go to Claude and generate the copy for the form. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. Okay, so here we have, I just created a quick project right here, just to separate my chats here. So I'm just gonna ask ChatGPT or Claude, wherever you have. I prefer Claude for the copywriting side of things. So I have both. You can try out with both, see what works for you best. But right now I'm using Claude a lot. So yeah, so this is a productivity. Let's say this is the productivity report table. Let's just add this as context for ChatGPT. So hours worked, time submitted. Yep. Okay, perfect. And let's just copy this. We want you to help us add instructions for each field of the EOD report form, let's say. And here's the EOD response form, report form. Help us generate the copy for the entire form. Questions and descriptions. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. Yeah, you're responsible to fill out this form each day. Okay, sounds good. So it gives us all the fields basically with its description pretty much, and we're just gonna copy and paste this folder right here, and then we're just gonna edit it from right here. So let's just do this, and let's just, instead of 18, let's do 14. That would work better. So productivity report ID, this is auto-generated, so we don't need to ask that question. This is gonna be automatic. Time submitted is also gonna be automatic. So hours worked is not gonna be automatic. So yeah, this is perfect actually. So the date for the report, comments, date for complete check mark, or we can say confirm, end of day. But yeah, once you start building systems, you realize a lot of the things is just how you copy, how you make the copy. A lot of it is just making copy and making sure it works for most team members and they understand it, right? Because it's one of the most important things. Okay, so once we have the form done, which is one of the most important, well, if not the most important part of this system, let's just go over to Airtable. And let's go over where it says forms. Okay, let's go over forms right here real quick. So yeah, once we go to forms, we have to click create a new form, of course, and we have to click and create a new form on productivity reports, the table we basically just created. New productivity report, we can do end of day reports form. Yeah, which is what it's called right there. And we can even add an emoji. of a timer or something, clock. Yeah, we can just add a simple clock right there. I'm gonna go ahead and add my logo real quick. So I'm just gonna add my logo. Yeah, I'll add my logo. Looks pretty ugly, honestly, so I'm just gonna just leave it like that. So I'm just gonna add my logo real quick. Let me cut it because it looks pretty bad. Okay, so we add our logo first in order, for people to see what this is. Then we are going to copy and paste this, which are going to be like the instructions for the form. Everybody's going to see. You're responsible to fill out this form every day for the rest of the week. Please take 5 to 10 minutes to answer it with enough context. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're just going to remove this option if you have Airtable, the team plan. And we are going to accept submissions as good enough. We won't redirect to URL unless you want to. Thank you for submitting the message. We're actually going to redirect an URL later when we build the interface for data, but let's just wait on that for now. So yeah, everything on the right looks pretty good to me. And we're going to start adding stuff like the team member linked. ChatGPT didn't give us an order, but the first thing we need to add is the team member linked. And for some fields, we're going to be requiring this field. So all of these fields, as you see, are linked to the actual table. The reason you can't select the ID is because it's auto-generated. The reason you can't select the date for the day complete is because that's not something you do. That's something that's like when you check this, it's going to be automatically done, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's go over and just copy these and just add the fact that we can add helper text, which is like adding context to a question. So let's just do this real quickly and do this form as soon as possible because we already have the data we need, right? So date of the report, let's just add the default date to be the date of submission. So default value, let's just click here, default value. I guess we can't add a default value because it's already set, predetermined, So yeah, default value, let's see if we can, yeah, it already defaults to the current date. So yeah, we got that ready. So required field, and let's not even let them edit this, right? Can we do that? Let me refresh this really quickly. Date for reports. Yeah, no, we can't. Okay, so we need to keep this. So let's just make this a required field, the date for reports, the hours worked. We're gonna go back here, hours worked, enter the total number of hours you worked, and then the work done, provide a concise summary. Yeah, this looks very good. I mean, the copy for this is really, really good. Share any additional comments. Okay, perfect. These comment section are for the manager, and we're gonna handle that in a second. They complete, check this box to confirm, and team member linked finally. So team member linked right here. Okay, last thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna order this basically and mark this as a required. So hours worked, we need to require that field. Work done, we need to require that field. Comments, and we can actually add a character minimum. So we're just gonna set the minimum to like 100 characters for now. So if people don't submit enough characters, yeah, they won't be able to submit the form, as you can see. So we can add additional comments. yeah, I mean, this looks pretty good to me. Let's just add this as required, and let's just say additional comments. Day complete, confirm end of day. Let's just confirm end of day. And what if we make this large? Yeah, that looks better. Hours work, date for reports, add team member, and we can even, yeah, make the, let's say, the profile picture visible, so that when you're selecting a team member, you actually look at the profile picture, which is pretty cool, right? What else can we add? That's it. Limit selection, just maximum 1, of course. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Once we finish this form, we can just click publish, and yeah, just copy the link to it, and we're gonna add the link right here just as additional context, right? Let's just add the link right here, and as you can see, we can just click on it and it take us there. Yep. Okay, perfect. Now let's go over to the automated flows, which is kind of what happens after this report is submitted. Let's just submit one end of day report form so that you see how kind of this will work. So all team members will have access to the form, which will be, this form, and this is how it will look like for them. It just shows edit and view data because I am an admin, and it identifies that. But yeah, date for the report, this would be for today. As you can see, it's default hours worked. Let's say I worked 8 hours, work done. Let's say I created content day. Basically, I go more in detail to YouTube videos. Create it, record it, edit it. What other things did we do today? Recorded, I don't know, VSL, hopped on 3 sales calls. Okay, let's say it's that, that's 100 characters. It's usually going to be more because we tell them to, lock in for 5 minutes. For the sake of this, let's just keep it at there. And additional comments, sharing additional context, challenges, phase, resources needed, or feedback that would be valuable for your manager to know. None. And then let's just confirm the end of day, basically. And after we confirm, we just submit. And I'm going to show you guys how we can view this data that we just submitted. And as you can see, here's the data we just submitted. So hours worked 8, created content day, YouTube videos, and Diego Mayer is right here. So what we want to do is use this information we just submitted in order to send information to appropriate Slack channels. So we want to receive the form first. Let me just map this out real quick. So what happens is form is submitted. We want to send that over to Slack channel, Slack productivity channel. And then we want to send that over maybe an email if we want. And maybe we want to summarize it, add some AI into it, maybe AI. Let's see how we would do this through Make or through Airtable. By what it seems like with the Airtable features, it would be enough, so we wouldn't need any make.com, but let's see. Okay, so let's go over and actually start building this. So how would we start is where right here, you go to automation section and you go to rename automation right here, and we say form, end of day report form. Okay, so that's what we want to do. What we want to do is send out a Slack channel message to Slack, of course, and then we want to send out an email to the person that submitted that end of day report, maybe, and then we want to summarize basically with AI or add some AI component, basically tells us what they did. Okay, so the AI component, we can actually just put it right here. I think they have the AI features already. So AI, no, they don't yet. Oh no, they do. They do. Okay, so we can set up custom instructions, which is pretty great. So we can say, yeah, we can reference fields here, and it can basically, we are prompting for every time they submit something, we can prompt them. We can prompt it to generate a percentage, maybe productivity percentage, a currency or a number. Let's just say that for now, we're gonna, when the form is submitted, we send this message to the Slack channel, productivity channel, and the email sends email to person that submitted, and then AI is gonna generate values, but this is gonna be default. So the actual automation, it's just gonna be this. Okay, so the actual automation is going to be this. I'm going to show you guys how to set that up real quickly before we do the interface stuff and before we do the AI stuff right here. So here we have it, the automation. So let's do this when a form is submitted, and we can just say, not even a form is submitted, we can say when record matches conditions, because let's say you want to submit it for another day and you just want to, no, yeah, let's do when a form is submitted. Skip it simple for now, and let's do productivity reports, forms, end of day report form. This means basically that the automation is going to be triggered once the report form is triggered. So that's pretty simple. So yeah, after this happens, we create a report or a record. Oh, not even. We would just generate with AI. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, let's just don't mind this for now. Let's just do the Slack channel, and we're gonna send a Slack channel message, and we're gonna send an email. I'm just gonna select Gmail because it's easier, and it's not even easier, but it doesn't come with Airtable branding, which is pretty good for automations. So yeah, we're gonna send messages. So we're just gonna select our Slack account. We're gonna do our end of day report channel, or we can even do yeah, let's do this end of day reports channel, and let's actually tell ChatGPT to make us our report for when someone submits this, or Claude, right? In this case, it's going to be Claude. Can you help me with the copy for the automation with the variables in the form? This is going to be sent to a Slack channel and email. For Slack, and for email, just use email formatting, email markdown, and a subject line. Okay, that should be good. As you can see, it gave us the Slack report notification. Let's go over here and let's see how this actually looks, right? So we're gonna go here, clipboard, end of day report submitted. Clipboard is just like an emoji, I imagine. We're gonna check how it looks on the Slack POV. So we're gonna do that. So team member name, Oh, and it can tag them actually. That would be sick if we can manage to tag them. How would we tag them though in Slack? How would we even tag them? Okay, that's pretty simple. The only thing we need to add here is a lookup field that is for the Slack member, or yeah, the Slack member ID. And we can do that, and we can grab this and tag the user that's linked. As you can see, this you can't edit because since it's in my profile, I can just go ahead and copy and paste this, and that's what it's basically doing right here. It's just displaying the data right below it. Just keep it like that, and we can go here and we can just do this, and we can just do ID. I think it'll work with the Slack member ID, and I'm not sure. I think it'll work, and it will say my name right here. It should, and I would receive a notification. I submitted their report for, and we can say the date of the report. Date for report. Hours worked. Hours worked. Work completed. Additional comments. You can just say comments, and time submitted. This is just as additional details. Time submitted and report ID. And we can even add a link in order to see it. So we can say report URL and view full reports. Oh, that would be sick if we can do this. Let's do this. How we would do this is we would base record URL. Yeah, we can't do page yet, but let's do base record URL. Just click here and do base record URL, and then view full report right here. And this will give us a link where we can click through Slack, and it will take us to the channel or to the record of all of this information where it is, right? I'm just gonna, for bot name, I'm just gonna say it is, this is gonna be a happy face for some reason, I don't know. Bot icon is gonna be a happy face, and for the bot name is Scalestream assistant. And you can just put your company name right here, and yeah, Scalestream assistant, and the bot icon. We can even put let's unclick this actually, and we can even put our logo right here. I'm going to show you guys in a second, maybe not today, but on another day. But yeah, this sends out Slack channel notifications, right? All right, this will send out a notification every time this report is submitted. And we also want to do the same for email. So let's just do the same for email. So let's just do the same thing for email. I'm just going to do my account, whatever. I don't even know which account this is. So I'm going to just connect a new one. And I'm just going to do my password. Do my password right here. Okay, so we're gonna send this over to, for this we would need another lookup, which is gonna be the email. Okay, so we're gonna need the email right here. Need the email for the team member linked. And this is the same thing as a Slack channel ID. This just looks up the email and basically allows us to pull that email in order to send that information over to them. So yeah, this is great, and we will send this over to email. So we go to email, and this is a lookup field, and we're just gonna select the value. Make sure it's a value. If it's not the value, we'll grab some other shit and it won't work. So yeah, just copy and paste the subject you got from the AI. So team member name, team member linked display name, perfect, and the date for the report. Date for reports, and then markdown or HTML rich text formatting. It's gonna be the same thing. It's just gonna use a different formatting style pretty much. Beautiful report. It's gonna be the report URL right here. Base record URL, port ID. We just basically switch. No, it's not the Airtable record ID. This is gonna be productivity report ID, report time submitted. Submitted at time completed. And we can add comments right here, additional comments. We can say this comments right here were completed. We can just do work done, and right here date for report, date for report, team member, display the name, and hours worked. This is going to be a number, hours worked. That should work. I think that's pretty much it. Send email notifications. So yeah, let's just verify we did what we wanted. So when the form is submitted, we send over a notification to the Slack channel. We send email to that person that submitted, and that's pretty much it. Let's actually turn this on and test this out. So we're just gonna go over to the Slack channel, which is gonna be in my other tab. Quick, allow me to pause and re-continue. Okay, so here we are on the Slack channel, as you can see. I just created a quick Slack channel the other day, but never got to use it. So yeah, we're just gonna put it to use right now with this automation system and end of day reporting system. That is gonna help so much, streamline everything out. So team member linked. Let's say I'm doing a report, whatever. Team member linked. Hours worked. Let's say I worked 8 hours. Oh, and by the way, we're testing this out. Okay, I am going to test this out. Where is my phone? Oh, I'm recording with my phone, so I won't be able to show you the Gmail. But just verify. I'll just check my Gmail right here once we submit the form. So for now, we'll just do, for work done, we'll just actually let's look at what we did before, so we can just copy and paste it, honestly. So work done, let's just copy this and paste it, and let's delete this for now because we don't need it. Work done, additional comments, none, and then we can confirm for the day. And yeah, this is what team members will be submitting. As you can see, it took me 30 seconds, but it will give me a lot of data, right? Once we submit the form, we can go back to our automation or to our Slack channel. And as you can see, Skillstream Assistant, it did send us the message as we wanted. As you can see, end of the report submitted, and Diego has submitted the report for this date, and yeah, it tagged me and everything. So yeah, it's pretty cool. What we need to do now is we need to I don't like this formatting. I don't like this formatting. I don't like this formatting. But yeah, if you will click the link, of course, here's a link to the report, as you can see. And let's check our Gmails. And I probably got a notification in my Gmail. So yeah, as you can see, this is the end of day report. And yeah, we get an email like this every time. And we can click on view full report, which is pretty cool. This is pretty amazing, honestly. And to think about that, you only need to spend like 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Right now I'm spending that time to set it up, and then it's pretty much all systematized. It's pretty crazy, right? So let's go back real quick and just edit that markdown on that Slack message, which I didn't like. And then we can go over and start building the other stuff. So work completed should just be in yeah, that should work. That should actually work. All right, now that we have set up all the automated flows, productivity table, report form, we pretty much have a complete system, right? We have a complete system, but what if there was a better way, to display this data? This is kind of ugly, honestly. What if there's a better way to display this data and actually take this data and use it to make, financial decisions, whatever you want in the future, right? So this is what interfaces are for. I'm going to be creating the interface real quick for that. And yeah, this is going to be a quick design we are going to do. You can modify it however you want. Let's go ahead and create the interface. Okay, since this is going to be an easy build, we are not going to plan anything here on the Miro. We are just going to go straight into building, which is really, really great. And yeah, you're just going to join and I'll teach you how you can build an interface. We are just only gonna need to contain the report form, the productivity table as a database, and the automated flows. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty simple, but yeah, let's go straight into it. So the only thing we need to do is we go to our base and we click this button right here where it says interfaces. What we're gonna do is you're gonna go right here and you're gonna create a new interface, right? In my case, I'm just gonna keep it like this and I'm gonna create it in my internal fulfillment one. So I'm just gonna click here and you're gonna select blank for the sake of this. All right, so you're gonna select blank and just click finish. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna do end of day or productivity reports. I usually just do the name of the tables here. So I'm just gonna do productivity reports. So that should be good. So, and here the same thing, title, add a text and say productivity reports. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add a few numbers here, and we can add these numbers. Okay, so this is gonna help you understand the data and what's going on with the productivity reports and what you can use with that. So yeah, we're just gonna do this and add maybe a graph. It's gonna show us what we need to see. So let's go back here. What kind of data can we have right here? What kind of variables can we add with AI here, or not even with AI, just trends over time? We can do the hours worked. Yeah, we can do it based on hours work. That look right here, we can add team member count. And then we can do end of day reports for the day. And I think that's the one the 2 data points we can do. End of day reports for the day, we can add a color for that, and then right here we should be on the table and productivity reports, and we should add specific records right here, where the date for the reports is today, so that should be good. And that's one. Team member count, that should be just like a normal kind of field. And right here we can make graphs and based on the productivity reports. So for example, we can group by the date for reports. So yeah, we can group by that, and the x-axis can be something else like, yeah, I think the x-axis should be the dates, and the y-axis should be just a field summary of the hours worked. I think that should work better. And since we only have data for 1 day, it's gonna look like this. But yeah, you can kind of get yourself the idea on how you can do this. Now, if you wanted to, you can just add a section right here where it says, okay, team members and productivity reports, right? Team members do productivity reports. Okay, after this, guys, I'm just gonna do this real quick and then show you guys how you can add the button here to submit this, so you can have it all streamlined right here and then your interface, and how it will look like on others POV. Okay, so you will have team members to productivity reports, and you can just have a gallery of the team members right here. For example, I have some of my team members, not all of them, but I can have them right here. Then let's say I click on myself, I'll be able to click on the, I'm sorry, I'll be able to, let me drink some water first. I'll be able to click on my productivity reports and see more details on that, right? And I can even add a number here. Let's say I wanted to add a number here. Productivity reports submitted, and I can just do source productivity reports and within last week. Okay, and then you allow this, and then you are able to see all the reports you submitted basically. So yeah, this is pretty crazy because you can get to build a lot of the stuff just based on the database we built. So I think this is looking pretty good. So for now, let's just keep it at this, and let's just add a button right here. And actually, let's just add another number so it looks pretty good. It looks better. Record field summary, and let's just add hours worked, and let's do a sum. End of day reports, hours worked, in company. So we were to do this, you know, we can see all the hours worked for today, and etc. So we can even change this to green to make a difference. And you can imagine this, the kind of stuff you can build with the portals, like with these type of interfaces. It's really crazy, but it all depends on how solid your data is, honestly. Final step we need to add is a button. So we're gonna go ahead and add a button right here, and button, and we're just gonna go ahead and go to external URL, and let's go back to the form we just created, share form, copy link right here. Let's just go to this form, and let's just go in this same tab, and let's just put it on black right here. All right, so if we go to the form, if we go to the interface, if we click share, we click this, here we click copy link, and we click here to the form, redirect the URL, we click this, that should be able to take us back to the interface once we submit the form. So if we look at the interface we just built, this is gonna be right here. And if we look at the interface we just built, I'm sorry, what's happening? If we just click publish in the interface we just built, we are able to, you know, interact with the data, whatever. Click on my profile, right here, click on my data, see the reports that were submitted, kind of click on it, and even check the specific reports, right? Now we can add a bunch of more stuff on top. I think this is the basics, and I think a solid system like this is able to give you so much control in your business. But yeah, if you even click this button which says go to website, but it should say fill out reports, end of the report, and you can take it to redirect, but I just like to keep it all in one place. So if I just click this button, it's gonna take me to the form we just created, and we are able to, you know, submit the form for the day. So it makes it easier for the people who are in here to just you know, just fill that out when they're done right here. And I know the interface looks kind of clunky. We're gonna release a video, I think I already released it by now, but I'm gonna be releasing a video when it goes over on how to make these dashboards really you know, good looking, and how to actually use them to scale your business, because it's one of the most important things to be able to look at data correctly. So stay up for that for sure. But for now, we are already done with our productivity system. As you can see, we have created this interface. We have created a system that is able to deliver us our Slack notifications, is able to basically do everything for us in terms of the end of day reports, right? Everything we would need. So there you have it, guys. It's a complete productivity reporting system that is built around simple ELB reports that gives you a total visibility on what your team performance is without becoming like a micromanager, right? So if you're tired with scaling without, you know, systems like these, it's just a specific example, just make sure to go to my website, you know, kind of see the video if that interests you, and if you're an agency owner. So yeah, just look at the website below. If you're not, just, you know, subscribe, like, because I'm going to be posting a lot of value soon for you to see how you can kind of build these systems out as well. But yeah, that was pretty much it. So if you're an agency owner, just book your call down below, and we'll talk, okay?